This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here, and today we're together on a spaceship and we are traveling on a very long journey. So long in fact that we are the 7th generation of people that are on this long voyage. Today we're taking a look at Gen7. This is a game that was announced like 2 days before Gen Con, and they actually had a prototype there to be able to play and demo. So I had a chance to do so. Played probably about half of a game. A game lasts 45 to 60 minutes, played about half of a game. And I just want to sort of give you a very high level of what this game's about, how generally it works, and then I'll see you on the side for sort of my mini review of my first impressions of it. Gen7 is a campaign-based game that is played over 7 games known as episodes, and over the course of the games you have your names in there. On the left side is your officers. You'll be upping rank and getting different perks, and there's different things that can happen over the course of the different episodes. Now there's also a specific plot for each episode that you're trying to do. It's the main goal of that specific episode, and different rules and things that may happen in different episodes. It's a cooperative game, and each player is given a character role which comes with some certain special abilities. And each player will get a player board where they'll have all their crew, which are the dice. In this case, it's the bioscience barracks. Now there's different things that can happen here. We have different places where you can play cards. You can see this is a specific assignment here where on my turn. I can lower the die result of one of my unseated crew, which are the dice, by 1 to increase another one. So everyone has sort of different things they can do. And the dice themselves, you'll see there's 3 different types. There's colonists, which are just the D6s, there's officers, and then there's robots. And the officers are very important because whenever anybody places one of those officer die, that's when a player sitting next to them will draw the Crossroads card, and they'll see if it triggers depending on what had happened in that previous turn. And this is similar to the Crossroads idea that was in Dead of Winter, because this is a Crossroads game. And so again, when you place that specific officer die, something may trigger which will give you decisions to make, which will change how the game plays. Depending on the amount of players, there's a certain amount of critical tasks that are there for each round, and they change each round as well. And you're trying to either do those to get benefits, and if you don't, as a team, then you'll suffer the consequences. Like here's a memory failure. You'd have to put 2 different dice that are the same value. Some of them are the same, some of them are ascending. It just depends on the task that's there. At the end of the round, you gain certain things like merit and things like that. You go up a sort of a score track, but bad things will happen collaboratively if you don't cooperatively do these at the end of the round. And even though it's cooperative, you're actually working up a merit track individually. And as you get to certain spots, you'll be able to unlock different perks that will give you different abilities. And here's a quick look at some of the different types of perks that you may get and allow you to sort of break the rules of the game. Now each player also has some secret personal objectives. For example, the data surplus, you need to end a round with at least 12 of the data resources. It's one of the 3 resources in the game. You need to have those in the ship's stores. Or with computer management, you need to have 1 crew seated at the operations and have more of your crew seated within the computer division. So having different of your dice in different spots, and those goals will do different things for you, but it will change your behavior throughout the game because no one else knows why you're doing these things. Each player also has their own operations task cards, like the materials research, and it shows you how many different types of the different resources you need in order to fulfill that card, and it shows you how much merit you'll go up or down if you do or don't complete this. Now once everyone rolls their dice, each player will go around placing one of their crew members, which are the dice, in the different spots, and the different spots come out where there's a certain amount of players, but they all have sort of little different rules of what they do and what you're trying to do, and they're all different parts of the ship that you would go through to do certain things. Like here in the power division, as a player places a crew member, they would get 5 of the parts there in the upper left, but then everybody else that goes there will get 1 part less, and their die value has to be greater than the previous one. And certain different places will allow you to draw other types of cards like files and schemas. Like here on the left, I have a file that would be in my hand, and I can play that card after I completed data center operations to gain 3 merit, which again will help me sort of rank up and get better things for my character. And on the left, you can see one of those schema cards. I showed you it earlier, but now it has more context as to what you're doing. It gives you sort of advantages throughout the game, but that's pretty much how it works. Roll your dice, go around in clockwise orders, doing things, trying to finish goals, try to finish your own goals, and try to finish the plot in the end. All right, well, there you have Gen 7, the very high levelness of it. Now, this game is going to be released possibly later this year or maybe early next year, depending on, pending delays and such. I'm sure we'll hear more about that soon. Now, I liked the Crossroads idea in Dead of Winter, but the zombie theme and a lot of other things about that game just didn't really strike a balance with me. But I did like the Crossroads idea. When I heard they were going to use this for other games, I was excited. So this is the next one in that Crossroads series. And I do love those Crossroads cards where, this finally is a game that has a theme I can get with and some other mechanisms I can get with that. Now, it is cooperative, but you're still trying to get sort of more points for upgrades and such than other players. So yeah, everyone's working together, but I'm really still also working for myself because you also have secret goals, that cause you to act differently, very much like in Dead of Winter. You have the secret goal you're trying to do, and you might alter your behaviors based upon that, even though you're all working together. I like that the different places have different dice requirements. Like some of the spots you need to have equal dice. Some of them they need to be ascending and so on and so forth. I like that when you roll the dice, you can see everyone else's dice and you can start planning things out, working together as a team. Now those Crossroads cards, obviously they're just as cool. We have to read a few of them and have some decisions, and things are going to work differently, or different things will come up as you make those decisions. Now this isn't a campaign game, a 7 episodes, so 7 games you'll play, and you don't even know if you won or lost the game until the end of the 7th episode, and different twists will happen and different things will unlock different things. So it sounds like as you go through this, you could play it more than once and different things could possibly happen based upon what the decisions you made and when the Crossroad cards come out. Also, there's specific Crossroad cards that get mixed in the deck depending on which players you are, which roles you take on, which are cool because they all have some special abilities as well. The critical tasks are cool, certain amount depending on the amount of players, and you've got to get those done by the end or bad things happen. So you also have those operation task cards that each player is trying to finish. So there's a lot of things. You're trying to go for secret goals. You're trying to get these task cards. You're trying to make sure the critical thing gets done. You're trying to work your way up the track to get unlock different things for you. Lots of different moving pieces here, but the mechanisms felt quite simple. I mean, you're going to roll the dice and you're going to play them. Also, those Crossroad cards only, I mentioned they only come out when, one of the special dice get put out there. So they're not coming out all the time. So when they do, they definitely feel special. So I'm really looking into this. I like sort of the campaign style games lately that have been coming out. They have a good narrative to it, things that change. You can play it more than once and things like that. So there's a lot to like here. Again, I only played half a game, but based upon that, I'm really looking forward to trying this some more, trying it with my group that we already sort of work well together, and seeing how different things go. I'm really interested to see how the story twists and then going back and seeing how replayable is it. Hopefully I'll be able to tell you that once it comes out and I do a final review after I've played the whole campaign. So this has been the Game Boy Geek, helping you find and enjoy the next board game you'll love.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.